It gets bad on Friday the 13th. But it gets worse on Saturday the 14th.
The Book of Evil!
Evil? Evil?
Richard Benjamin, Paula Prentiss.
We've inherited a house with a curse.
Oh, come on, Mary. You know you don't believe in curses.
Well, somebody did the dishes, and we're the only ones in this house.
Be sure to see it before sunrise. Saturday the 14th.
You've been watching The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Now meet The Marriage That Wouldn't Die. But first, let me ask the burning question. Can a dark-haired, vibrant young man from Manhattan's West Side find happiness with a towering, vivacious young brunette from Texas? Well, in the case of Richard Benjamin and Paula Prentiss, it's been almost 20 years of marital bliss and theatrical teamwork, as the two have become a very popular husband and wife combination of stage and TV. Now they're starring in Julie Corman's comedy of terrors, Saturday the 14th, a parody on the old Dark House plot, which opens next Friday at several Bay Area theaters. Dick and Paula, I just want to ask one question. What's a nice couple like you doing on creature features?
I think this gives us some class being with you. I think we're stepping up.
You think so?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about...
This is our kind of show, I think.
Well, after making Saturday the 14th, it has to be. It's a crazy, zany, far-out movie, just full of monsters, but it's all in fun. It's all, none of it's to be taken seriously.
No.
How did you two get involved in the project?
Julie called my agent, I think, about me doing it, and then, as we usually do, Paula read the script, and she said, I like this, and I said, well, what about if Paula does this too? And they thought that was a good idea.
What did you think, Paula, when you read the script?
Well, I thought I would like to do the part, and it would be really the first time that we would be working together at the same time, because usually with the two children, one of us takes off and the other one stays with the children.
I see. Is this the kind of picture that's going to make you immortal in showbiz annals, or is it just a picture? Is it just sort of something you do to keep working? You had the opportunity to work together. How does it fit into your overall careers?
I don't know about our overall careers. I think our careers are sort of a day-to-day situation.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think of anything, of any picture, you know, of where it might wind up in the little mini history of our careers. We just sort of see a script, and if we like it, we do it.
Yeah.
Do you find yourselves competing when you're working in the same picture, trying to upstage each other, as it were? What is it like working together?
It's a lot of fun. Sometimes one of us gets to do something the other one would like to do, you know, something in a scene, and I'll say, oh, you should have that line, and then Paula will say, but isn't my line really the truly funny line? I said, yes, but you see, it's necessary for my character to say this line. She said, well, you don't have any character in this, so let me say the line.
We also sort of have shortcuts in working, you know, that makes it fun. We know what the other one's about, so we know if we're being real or not. And I can actually, in a scene, say to Dick that first take was better.
That's the advantage of working together. What's the disadvantages of working with Richard? Paula, you can be honest with us. We're a very close-knit audience here.
Well, I'll tell you that if I don't get enough sleep and I'm going to work all day with him, I'm liable to have an argument like Beyond, because it's very difficult. You know, there's no difference between work and home, and sometimes it's just highly stressful.
What's the best side of Paula, Richard, from your point of view?
This side is very nice.
And what's the worst side?
No, there's no bad side.
There is no bad side.
There's no bad side to Paula.
When you're working in a horror spoof, is there any special way of approaching the material? Do you try to remain believable within an unbelievable context, or what's your psychology there?
That's a good definition of it. We decided in this picture that we were Ozzie and Harriet, and that we just had this swell life and this swell little family and everything was really swell. And these things happened around us, and we had nothing to do with them. And our kids kept telling us all the stuff that was going on. Paula finally got bitten by a bat, but of course, sweet Paula, Harriet, Nelson said it was owls. She would only look on the bright side of all of this, you know. That was really our approach to doing this.
Richard, I read recently that you were planning to direct a film. Have you done that yet? Did that work out?
No. I mean, I'm going to do it.
Can you
I have
tell us
no
about
idea
it?
if it's going to work out. Yes, I'm going to start September 21st, a picture called My Favorite Year at MGM. And it's a romantic comedy set in, I should ask you what, it is a certain year. What's your favorite year?
My favorite year?
What's
You
your
mean for movies?
No, just your favorite year.
Oh, I
If you
love
looked-
1948. That was a great year for
Oh,
me.
that was close.
Yeah.
That was close. This
Yeah.
movie is 1954.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think everybody has a certain favorite
They
year.
look back at certain incidents from that period,
Yeah.
yeah. What's your next project together? Do you know if you're going to do anything together? Stage, movies, TV?
We'd like to. We'd like to work together.
Do you get submitted a lot of scripts, husband and wife kind of
Yes, we are talking about a script for next spring, right, in the summer. That's very interesting. It's a comedy. Well, what the heck? It's a horror show, right? It's a comedy about artificial insemination.
Oh, that's a topic we've discussed often on this show.
Is it true?
So, yeah, oh yeah, we know all about that here.
Is that right? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, really.
Yes.
We have all kinds of strange things on this
I'll
program.
bet. But it actually is a comedy about a couple who, because they all love each other, and their best friend becomes the father of the child. And they all think it's going to work out wonderfully, but of course it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Because the other father, who says, I'm just doing this because you guys are just great, actually feels like the father, and I feel like the father, and she's the mother, and has now these two husbands. It's sort of fun.
Well, we've got to get back to our movie. I want to thank you both for coming, and I want to remind our audience that Saturday the 14th, which is a Julie Corman comedy parody of the old Dark House story, opens at Bay Area Theaters next Friday, and Paula Prentiss and Dick Benjamin play Ozzie and Harriet, more or less, in the leading parts. So don't miss that. It's a rollicking, funny satire from the Corman New World family. Thanks a lot for coming. And now back to, from the marriage that wouldn't die, back to the brain that wouldn't die.
Don't die, brain.